And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave Wasteland was forever changed. The courier, with the aid of Yes Man, drove both the Legion and the NCR from Hoover Dam, securing New Vegas's independence from both factions. With Mr. House out of the picture, part of the Securitron army was diverted to the Strip to keep order. Any chaos on the streets was ended. Quickly. Chaos became uncertainty, then acceptance with minimal loss of life. New Vegas assumed its position as an independent power in the Mojave. Supporting the ideals of independence, the courier was recognized as the man responsible for a truly free New Vegas.
Damn straight.
He ensured Mr. House's tyranny was broken, and neither Caesar's Legion nor NCR would ever gain control over New Vegas.
Though some super mutants in Nightkin continued to journey to the legendary Utopia, they found little trace of its existence. Some eventually found their way to Jacobstown, but many wandered off into the wastes, confused and disheartened.
Still grappling with self-doubt over his usefulness in the face of old age, Raoul was never able to find peace with himself. Eventually, he left the Mojave and assumed a new name, as he had done so many times before.
Though the wasteland became anarchic after Hoover Dam, the Boomers' display of power dissuaded fortune seekers from attempting to penetrate Nellis.
After the courier ensured New Vegas remained free, the followers found that independent Vegas was even more unstable and violent than before.
That's not a good outcome.
Old Mormon Fort became excessively burdened by the influx of patients, struggling to provide even the most basic of services.
With New Vegas's independence formally declared, Good Springs thrived.
That's a good one.
More travelers stopped by Good Springs on their way to and from the Strip, and the locals grew prosperous from the traffic.
The slaughter of the Van Graffs and the Crimson Caravan caused no end of trouble for NCR back west. Already struggling, NCR's supply line suffered further as the two caravans withdrew support, until the massacre in the east was resolved. Cass lived to see the courier bring down 3 armies, and by her count, that was 3 more than she'd expected. She kept quiet about that, though.
You cheeky lady.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.
With no cure for Nightkin schizophrenia in sight, the disgruntled Nightkin left Jacobstown. Without a treatment, their insanity grew. The crazed Nightkin terrorized the wasteland, and Jacobstown suffered repeated reprisals from mutant-hating humans. In the end, the surviving mutants abandoned Jacobstown entirely, its existence quickly forgotten by the rest of the wasteland.
Dirty mutants.
The Kings retained their control of Freeside, and while they continued to favor the needs of locals, they tolerated the citizens of the defeated NCR.
After Ray's brain was transplanted into Rex's cybernetic body, it took Rex some time to adjust to the old scrapyard dog's memories. Eventually, Rex's mind settled peacefully, melding his own memories with that of long travels with old Lady Gibson.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
Good, good. I like Novak.
The NCR, battered by the loss of the dam, were unable to devote any troops to retaking the correctional facility from the Powder Gangers. As a result, Powder Ganger raids on caravans became an unfortunate fact of life in the Mojave for years to come.
Armed with a wide array of improvised explosives and stolen weapons, the Vault 19 Powder Gang tormented the Mojave wasteland for years. Citizens of the NCR were favorite targets, and they always suffered the worst fates.
That's a bad outcome.
Flynn proves to be an able-minded, if not able-bodied, sheriff for Prim. And due to his slow speed, Some crooks get away without a scratch, but Prim continues to prosper under his watchful robotic eye.
Yes, well played, Prim.
So the courier's road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.
Hell yes. So overall, that was kind of a mixed... Thanks for growling at the end there, Rex. That was kind of a mixed outcome, because we got a lot of good outcomes, but we got some bad ones too. So, it's kind of a mixed one, really. Well, you might think that that is the absolute end of the Let's Play. Well, I assure you it's not. We have one more thing that I want to do. You may remember a actual expansion pack. Not expansion pack, a mod, sorry, that focused on bounty hunting. Well, I feel that it's about time that we head off into the wastes as a bounty hunter and did the second part of that. Because, oh yes, folks, it's got a part 2. So, I think it's time I went off and did the part 2 of that expansion pack. Congratulations on da-da-da-da. Would you like to load a save prior to the Hoover Dam battle? If you da-da-da-da, yes I would. So this might be the end of the ending chapter. But for now, I'm actually gonna... I haven't quite decided how I'm gonna do this, but I think I'm gonna take with me... Oh, I changed people's weapons, by the way, folks. I forgot to tell... Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention, because I know people are going to complain about me having 3 companions. Basically, the ending mission in New Vegas is pretty damn easy. So, what I decided to do was just to go sort of guns blazing. I mean, you know, take everyone with me. As I would, you know, if I was the courier, right, and I was about to face off against Caesar's Legion, I wouldn't just take me, a dog, and one other companion. I'd take everything I could bloody muster. So that's why I took everybody with me. Now, I think as kind of a revenge against... Obviously the game is completed. I could complete it without the characters, but it was all for the coolness factor. I love the idea that the courier got his allies together and then thought, right, this is it. So what I think I might do the part 2 of the Bounty Hunter quest, but I might... In fact, I'm convinced I'm going to take everyone with me. Because we are going to hunt down the people who are responsible for our old master's death. So in the next video, folks, it's bounty hunting time.